South Africa. This is South Africa. Watch out, hey. It's time for Africa.
I'm gonna give me a house. I'm gonna give me a house one day in Africa, y'all. Y'all see Ethiopia, bro? This is insane.
Oh my God, this speed tour in Africa.
Oh, I can't believe this. So what you're telling me is they actually have modern forms of transportation like cars in Africa? Wow. This whole time I thought they just rode on zebras and giraffes.
Are there elephants and lions in your backyard? How do you get water?
The iShowSpeed's African stream pisses me the heck off.
I learned Africa wasn't like a shithole like continent. Like, bro, like you learn that shit in like high school.
And every time we mistake Africa as a country and not a continent, that is not on purpose. It has to deal with education. They did that on purpose. Because when they would refer to Africa here, I never knew there was even countries there. For a long time, actually. Up until I got to, I think like 10th grade is finally when we started kind of going over world history. Even then, they hid the truth from us. So a lot of it has to do with you taking it upon yourself.
Oh my goodness, I'm watching the stream right now in 4K and I can't believe my eyes. Africa actually has water. This is unbelievable, the information that's reaching my mind right now. Apparently, Africa is not a country. It's a continent. Wow, get this. They actually speak civilized languages in Africa. I thought they just communicated through clicks and various noises. Oh, I can't believe this. So what you're telling me is they actually have modern forms of transportation like cars in Africa? Wow. This whole time, I thought they just rode on zebras and giraffes. They actually have grocery stores in Africa. This whole time, I thought they had to hunt their food with spears and arrows. Africa actually got some beautifully built modern houses. This whole time, I thought they lived in huts made out of dirt, tree branches, and mud.
Bro, Africa got buildings. They got power. Not yet. They got towers. Swear on everything, bro. I thought it was just clay.
Guess it's a real video. Well, that video is true, and people seem, here in the States at least, people seem to think that Africa is just wildland. It's undeveloped swaths of land, and there's not these beautiful, great buildings and beautiful structures and thriving people and loving and caring people. They think that people don't speak English or they're not modernized or don't have like something going at least. Of course, it's just crazy to see that they're serious. The Americans are absolutely serious about this. They do not understand the beauty that is in Africa. As you can see, there's buildings everywhere, highways, cars, vehicles, homes, structures, businesses.
Hey yo, I know I talk big shit about Africa, B. But after watching this iShowSpeed's stream in Africa, South Africa, and Johannesburg and all over, like, yo, I'm coming. Yo, listen, everybody who I offended, all those Africans down there in South Africa and blah, 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 Burkina Faso and all, yo, my bad. Yo, call me Kunta Kinte, because I'm on my motherfucking way. I'll see y'all in a minute. Speed's showing me the real side of Africa right now. Like, yo, like it ain't all like Somali or here Congo, and man, you got some places out there that are just, it just scream home to your soul. Good looking, Speed. Call me Kunta. I'm coming home.
Hi guys, I'm in the mood to yap, so let's yap. I don't know if you guys have been seeing the iShowSpeed videos in Africa, but I have, and I've been seeing some responses from fellow African Americans in the US. Fun fact, I was born in the Republic of Mali, but I grew up in the US. So a lot of my teachings has like a Western background, but being from a West African family, I feel like I have a unique perspective and experience. So anyways, so this video I'll play for you guys of this African American man crying because he...
Man, this whole time, bro, they made us fucking think Africa was Such a poor country, bro.
He feels like he's been lied to about Africa, and he has this yearning to go to Africa and experience Africa. And I hate saying Africa because, like, mind you, there's more than 40 countries in Africa, and Africa is not monolithic. And I want to talk about this issue because when I saw the video, I was so irritated. Guys, I was so annoyed because when I first came to America and I was in elementary school, I got into my first fight ever. And mind you, I do not fight. I'm not a fighter. I got into my first fight ever because so many of my classmates, and mind you, I went to predominantly African-American elementary school, so many of my classmates would bully me because they felt like I was inferior to them because I was African. And, you know, I had to protect myself. But anyways, and then in middle school, people would ask me dumb questions like, do you fly helicopters to school every day? Are there elephants and lions in your backyard? How do you get water? Just dumbass questions. Excuse my language. And I remember I got into a long argument with this guy who was telling me that Africa is basically monolithic, where there's just safari and deserts and animals roaming everywhere, because that's what he has seen on the documentary channels. And I was sitting here, you know, an African who was born in Africa, who has family in Africa, and he would not listen to me. And it used to irritate me so bad, like, you know, I was just like, he's just so ignorant, you know? And then I got to high school and college, you know, I'm more mature now, and I've been learning a lot about, you know, just like Africa and what it means to be African and from the diaspora. And I just want to say that I have so much sympathy for those people now, especially like African Americans who are, you know, crying because they realize that the reality that they've been thought about Africa is a lie. And I say this because I feel like this is such an important time for us.
Chat, I'm gonna give me a house. I'm gonna give me a house one day in Africa, y'all. I'm gonna give me a house. I wanna give me a crib here. So like, chat,
all I can say right now is Africa loves you, brah. Welcome home, brother.
So, who the hell is iShowSpeed when he's at home? First and foremost, he's not just another Gen Z streamer. He's one of the biggest in the world. Millions of fans, billions of views. And right now he's touring multiple countries across Africa after literally just discovering his African roots. And honestly, in one live stream tour, he's arguably done more for Africa's image and narrative than most tourism boards have done in decades. And in my opinion, he did it right. No savior complex. I mean, he probably helped a few orphanages, but not on camera. No flexing, no throwing dollars or rooftop tours to prove the new Africa's civilized. He did what I would do, right? Vibe with locals, ate local food, and he said it tasted great, by the way. And he danced in the streets, laughed with strangers, and learned in real time with millions watching. He didn't place himself above the culture. He immersed himself and placed himself inside it. And you guys, you know that's rare. A Western figure engaging with Africa without extraction, pity, or ego. He wasn't polarizing. He wasn't puffing his chest. He was grounded, curious, open. But the real headline wasn't even that as amazing as it is. The reaction was the real headline. Watching African Americans respond, filming themselves in shock. You could literally see in real time the narrative breaking down in front of our eyes, right? All the lies about Africa being hostile, unsafe, Africans being unwelcome, savages, gone. Speed was embraced not as a celebrity, but like a long-lost family member. And the wildest part is he hasn't even touched Ghana or Nigeria yet. The streets are definitely already waiting, and that shift from curiosity to connection is going to be wild, right? I mean, is this emotional? Yes, but it's also economic. You know, I'd love that part. Tourism makes up the majority part of Africa's economy, but over 60% of it comes from Africans traveling within Africa. The diaspora hasn't really showed up yet beyond partying, not because the continent isn't beautiful or the people, but because branding never matched reality. Western media spent decades pushing anti-African narratives, and the cost has been real, right? Perception drives behavior. Behavior drives businesses. Business builds futures. Just look at Ghana's year of return, for example. Over 1 million visitors, an estimated $1.9 billion in tourism revenue. In Nigeria, Lagos alone pulled in 111 billion naira, which is like, I think, give or take $71 million at that time during Dirty December 2024. And across the continent, travel and tourism could hit $350 billion by 2033. But that's not guaranteed. It depends on ownership, infrastructure, and storytelling. That's what I advocate for, both as a strategist and as Visit Nigeria's ambassador. And guys, two things can be true. Yes, some countries still face insecurity and weak systems, but they're still worthy of investment. Governments don't just clap, fund it. But don't forget your own creators. Invest in your local storytellers.
The iShowSpeed African stream pisses me the heck off. It just shows how willfully ignorant Americans can be. And of course, it's not all Americans, but this is just crazy. Because what do you mean you don't know that not everybody in Africa is poor and we don't live in huts? And you're coming on the internet and crying about these things. There's only so much you can blame the education system. A simple Google search would change those beliefs. In a world where information is literally free, TikTok, Instagram, Google, there is no excuse to think like that. You were just comfortable with those stereotypes in your head. And that, my friend, is called ignorance. There's really nothing to be celebrated here. It's ignorance.
You know, I've come to realize that the Google system in the US or in America is set in a way that they should not get information about the outside world, because
people weren't expecting the iShowSpeed tour in Africa to go so smooth. The comfort shows up immediately whenever black people connect, even when it's across borders. Whatever differences y'all think we got between black Americans and Africans didn't exist on this tour. Somebody lying.
Oh my God, this speed tour in Africa has been amazing. But Kenya then took the cake, baby. It's the best one. Look at all these people. Oh my God. That's what I'm talking about. Derek motherfucking Walkers don't play, okay? This has been so amazing. Baby, he about to hit 48 million subs on YouTube. Oh my God, look at that.
Don't tag me in no more iSpeed videos. I keep getting these DMs and these tags and these shares from, I'm assuming they're African, based off of their name, of this kid iSpeed, who's like a streamer or something. He's like 22 years old. I don't follow him. I don't follow no little young kids like that. But people keep tagging me like, oh, look, he's discovering himself. He's having a great time. He's saying that, look how he's saying that we look, somebody said that he's saying that we all look alike or something like that. And it's like, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that if that's what he wants to do. I'm pretty sure he's making a lot of money doing that, because that's what they do. They go and they make these videos so that they can make money. It's like, what is your point in tagging me in these videos? I really think that what you're really trying to say is, look, see, you're really African. Just say you're African. Just say you're African. Okay. Even if I was to say, okay, yeah, I'm African. Okay, what changed? Did $1 million get dropped into my bank account? Did I get a new house? Did I get a new car? Like, what is that going to do for me? Like, I don't know anything about I don't have any connection over there. So it's almost kind of like this. It's like, let's say if you had a father or mother that was never in your life, didn't contribute nothing to who you are except through genetics, and they wanted you to like proclaim, oh yeah, this is happily be like, oh yeah, this is my mommy, this is my daddy. I don't fucking know you. I'm not about to, I don't know you. You're not important. You're not important in my life. Let me rephrase that. You're not important in my life. Now you are important. You're important to you and yourself and your community and your world. You're important. But in my world, you are not. And trying to make somebody basically proclaim something that is like, I don't feel no connection to, it's like really weird. So all of these tags and shit, like, y'all can just save that shit. Please save it.
They don't show the beautiful picture of Johannesburg on the media. They don't show a beautiful picture of Cape Town on the media. Durban, I've never seen anything beautiful about Durban. When people show things in the media, they're always shown in the negative light. When something about Africa is talked about, it's normally bad, it's normally violent, it's normally something about the country or a disease broke, and it's never good. So your perception is what people have forced you to believe. So until you get the heart to go, I'm going, I want to see for myself, you don't know. So all I know is what the news says. So in my mind, I'm like, hey man, I'm not trying to go over there and get kidnapped. I'm saying from what I've seen. And then I go and I see an amazing city. We're blown away. Why not show us the amazing stuff that's over here? So when we get here, we see for ourselves, and then our senses are enhanced to where not only do we want to come back, but we want to come back and we want to be involved with things that you have going on. But until we get the heart as artists and we spread that rumor ourselves, we don't know.
Yo, Americans, can we have a conversation? This isn't like mean-spirited, like I'm not trying to rag on you guys. Like, can we just, let's sit down. I'm gonna sit down right now. Let's have a conversation, bro. So obviously, iShowSpeed's is doing his entire tour around like most of the places in Africa, right? And like some of the American responses have been deeply, deeply concerning, right? Like I've seen a lot of people be like, yo, like they're surprised they have buildings and like high functioning societies, and I'm just like, whoa. And I'm not like just trying to cherry pick. Like I'm seeing a lot of people, like people are literally coming on the internet crying in tears, being like, yo, I didn't know Africa really had all this shit. And I'm just like, wow, like this really says a lot about like where the education's at. Like I think in some places in America, like the education really has failed some of you guys, because it's like, and I'm from Canada, bro. I learned Africa wasn't like a shithole like continent. Like, bro, like you learn that shit in like high school. You know what I'm saying? Like high school geography, like you learn that Africa has high functioning societies. It's just, they just don't look like the Western Hemisphere, right? And like I'm seeing a lot of Americans, like their counter to this is being like, oh, like it's not our fault, it's the government's, right? And it's just like, I hear that. That like there's two things that could be true at the same time as well. Like, because when you deep it, it's like you can't really keep going with the whole like it's not our fault, it's the government, it's the government, it's the government. Like obviously the government is, you know, like they have like 80-70% of the blame, right? But like I don't think when you use that card all the time to the person, the average person, when they hear that all the time, it kind of like lessens your argument over and over, because like this is not the first time this has happened, you know what I mean? Like it happened like all over, like even when he went to China, like, you know what I mean? But that's a different conversation. But it's like, at what point are we gonna start like, or not we, but like at what point are like, you know, some people are gonna have to start taking some accountability, like, because, and it's not even like, and I've seen a lot of people running off like it's a joke. Like I don't want to be that guy who's too woke, but like not everything is like a joke, you know what I mean? Like the fact that some of you guys didn't know this, it's like a real deep concerning problem in my opinion. I'm just saying, like, I just think a lot of people in America need to like do some self-reflection and maybe just do some like, you know, teach yourself a little, you know what I mean? Educate yourself, because the shock, the pure shock of like Americans being like, oh, Africa has buildings? Like, you're making everybody like look bad, you know what I'm saying? Like they made like, as a Canadian, like you guys, like it trickles down to us, bro. Like you're making us all look like we're idiots.
Looking like an African booty scratcher up here, I ain't gonna lie.
And I tell you what you look like, but you won't like it. And then what?
Because you African.
And what are you?
African American.
We are here in Zambia at the Devil's Pool. I'm about to slip to the edge. Oh my!
Someone has to be holding his feet. Bro, his ass looks good. Bro, he has to have a string or a rope or something.
Pool in Africa. Turn me up, baby. This is crazy. This is insane, yo.
This might sound really bad. Before Speed's stream, like I viewed Africa and like the way Africa like looks and all this, like it was very like wrong. I didn't fully understand it. I've been watching Speed's stream. I would go to Africa. Like it literally looks beautiful.
It's such an amazing feeling to see Speed be received so well on the continent of Africa, wherever he goes. Kenya showed out. They showed out like, oh my God, for the eyes to see. And let me say this. Here, they will never tell you about Mansa Musa, a black king. They will never tell you those stories about Mansa Musa being the most wealthiest man of all wealth. They will never tell you. They don't want you to know about Shaka Zulu. They do not want you to know about these black men that have power and wealth. And we get to see in real time a black man being appreciated by people that look like him, because they always wanted to make it seem like, well, these people are the only people that are allowed to be praised, to be loved, to be honored. They're the only ones. We're changing the narrative. We're changing the trajectory. We're changing the way that people see blackness. And that's very, very important. And I'm so proud of him, and I love this for him, and I can't even imagine what he is feeling right now. Boy, I know he happy.
Bro, Africa got buildings. They got power. Not yet. Yeah, they got towers. Swear on everything, bro. I thought it was just clay and tribes and tents, bro. Yeah, cause the ground be like, you know, like that red orange type of clay, bro. Chat, don't act like I'm stupid.
So a lot of y'all are asking, this commercial was in the 90s. Why aren't Americans researching what's going on? I think it has to do with the lack of access to economic resources, the attack on education, just loss of critical thinking skills. I don't want to be making excuses for people, but I truly believe all these three things combined cause you to be disillusioned by America in general. But if you could look at TikTok comments in general, when people see the answer on the screen itself, they still ask the same exact damn question, even though they can research. And every time we mistake Africa as a country and not a continent, that is not on purpose. It has to deal with education. They did that on purpose. Because when they would refer to Africa here, I never knew there was even countries there. For a long time, actually. Up until I got to, I think like 10th grade is finally when we started kind of going over world history. Even then, they hid the truth from us. So a lot of it has to do with you taking it upon yourself to do that, to do the research. And most Americans are doing that because guess what? They are now bombarded with other problems. They ain't got no money. They don't got no food on the table. Does this excuse people from critical thinking skills? No. But when you grew up with the lack of it and not taught to critical think, not taught to question, you end up here. America's a third world country with a Gucci belt. That's all it is. All right.
I'm really happy to see this 20-year-old American young man, iShowSpeed, traveling to Africa, having the courage to even say, I am going to Africa. It makes me happy because this just shows the reality of Africa. I'm just pleased that the people that did not know, people that thought we lived in trees, now can see that indeed Africa has cities, has villages, has animals, just like everywhere else.
Speed is on a tour of Africa. Many youth are learning for the first time that the continent is more than baboons and mud huts. American education is so fucked, bro. These niggas will teach you that this guy built the pyramids, King Channing Tatum. And the rest of Africa is just savages and loincloths. And then they develop false sciences, see eugenics, to create biological proof of inferiority. It hurts my heart. But it's a necessary part of the thievery of our gold and our diamonds to convince the world that we are inferior. Speed actually tried to purchase a diamond in Botswana, to which they replied that they're only allowed to sell their own diamonds to De Beers, the British mega corporation founded by Cecil Rhodes, who literally stole the land and the mines through murder and slavery, and still to this day has scholarships named after him, Rhodes Scholarships. Heard of that? It's some George Washington shit. George Washington type beat. Botswana is the top diamond producer in the world and is one of the poorest countries on earth. So Speed, like any reasonable person learning about colonial theft for the first time, it's like, that's weird. Like, I can't buy a diamond from the people that mine the diamonds? All right. But I love it though, because these kids, man, they're gonna see the truth. Just like they saw Gaza through TikTok, now they're seeing Africa in all its glory through Speed's stream. Similarly to the ICE killing of Renee Good, you can't lie about what we've seen on camera. And to Black Americans, Africans love you. They will welcome you home. This division between us, manufactured by the powers that be. They lied to us. Because when we unite, African Americans, the most culturally influential group on the planet, with Africans, the fastest growing population, and the most resources on earth, that's the only way we get free. Because all our heroes knew this shit. Malcolm X said you can't care about Mississippi without caring about what's going on in the Congo. 60 years ago, man. Don't be brainwashed into thinking we ain't one people.
I don't know, did we need iShowSpeed to show us how beautiful Africa is and show us that all Africans don't indeed live in mud huts? Did we? I don't think we needed him for that. I think we just needed to stop being bigoted idiots. Because at this point in time in 2026, the world isn't suffering from misinformation. It's suffering from an unwillingness to get any information. We have, upon everything happening, upon everything that Africa has produced, the quality, you know, the stars, the media, everything that Africa has produced in the last 10 years, we're still getting narratives like, oh my God, iShowSpeed is traveling Africa and showing the world that Africa isn't a forest and Africa isn't an Amazon. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Nigeria has 3 billionaires, please. Like, what is going on? What are we talking about? At this point, we just need to turn on our critical thought, turn on our common sense, and just stop being ignorant. It's not something someone else has to show you how to do. It's something you have to do yourself, as far as I'm concerned. Like, you know?
In the chat, bro. This is beautiful, bro. Holy crap, bro. Ethiopia is so beautiful. Holy yo, y'all see this chat? Y'all see Ethiopia, bro? This is insane. Walk it on, oh. This is South Africa. It's time for Africa. You made this? Wait. Chad, this might be the best fan art ever. Yeah. Wait, you gotta really look into detail on this shit. You gotta really get the detail. God damn. What did y'all draw us with? What did y'all draw with? Charcoal? Yeah. How long did it take you? 2 days. 2 days? That's crazy, bro. Thank y'all, bro. Hey, Chad, that's top 5 fan art right there. Let's go! Botswana! 47.4 million subscribers. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. Get green apples. 47.1 W's in the chat. Let's go, Johannesburg. We hit 47.1. 100,000 subscribers, baby.
iShowSpeed caused such a frenzy in Kenya that the president had to make a statement. He showed up and shut down cities. Shut down cities. I don't even know how many people were out there. It looked like a sea of people everywhere. Everywhere. This just confirms he's the biggest star in the world. He's the biggest star in the world. It's not even close. He did this in a day. No other star could show up to Kenya right now unless it's like Ronaldo or Messi and shut down the city the way this kid did. He is the biggest star in the world, and it's not even close right now.
iShowSpeed just shut down the entire country of Kenya. He's moving like the leader over there, and even just met the president. Speed fans are crazy. One started breakdancing on top of his bus, another one let him autograph his face, and then he even had to get into an argument with another fan because they kept saying, "I show me." Speed even met the tallest man in Africa, who was 8'2", and he made him try on his shoe. Bro, the size of this guy's shoe, he has to be at least a size 20. Bro, the nastiest part of this Kenya stream is when he ate crocodile for the first time and just said it tasted like fish. Ew. This dude Speed also had a crazy wholesome moment with famous TikToker Tang Tang when he started crying in his arms when they met for the first time. Speed also just had 2 crazy moments happen on this Kenya stream when he was gifted this rhino trophy from the Minister of Tourism in Kenya. He also gained 240,000 subscribers just on this Kenya stream and literally shut down the entire country of Kenya. I think the funniest and most humbling part about this stream is when Speed realizes he's not good at everything and javelin's just not his thing when he tried to throw it and it just couldn't go far. Bro, the fact that Speed met the president of Kenya Africa and received an award from the Minister of Tourism and also gained 240,000 subs in just one stream. The stuff iShowSpeed is doing for Africa, and not only just Africa himself, he is literally the GOAT of streaming.
Yeah, so guys, iShowSpeed is in Kenya. My mom has locked the house. I don't know where she went. iShowSpeed in Kenya. My mom doesn't want me to leave the house. Like, bro, she has locked the house. She has locked the house. I cannot get out. She has locked the house. I don't know, because I've refused to go to school. I told her I will not go to school till I see this guy. That was in Kenya, but my mom has locked the house. Yo!
Let me throw this away. Let me throw this away. Oh, we here. Hey! Wow. Wait, are those zebras over there? It's lit. Zebras! Yo! Wild zebras, Shaq. Wild zebras. They're running with us.
Oh my God, this speed tour in Africa has been amazing. But Kenya, they took the cake, baby. It's the best one. Look at all these people. Oh my God. That's what I'm talking about. Derek motherfucking Walkers don't play, okay? This has been so amazing. Baby, he about to hit 48 million subs on YouTube. Oh my God, look at that. I'm so proud of you.
Africa has good cellular. I don't know who came up with the idea that Africa does not have good cellular. We even have cellular in the safari, which is insane. Everybody in the chat, I love y'all so much. Y'all sold out. We gained 360,000 subs this stream and hit 48 million. I love every single one of y'all, and I wish y'all the best. And Kenya, I will never forget y'all. I love y'all. Kenya #1 right now, baby. The love is really in Africa, bro. It's really love here, bro. Bro, I haven't been nowhere where I thought like, oh no, I don't belong here. Haven't felt that nowhere here. Well, maybe the safari.
Unfortunately, we're all just waiting for Speed to get to North Africa to see what's gonna happen. North Africa, this is your time to prove us all wrong.
I'm sorry, but is it that some of these Americans are low-key dumb? I may be very, very extreme, but what do you mean Africa is a beautiful country? Africa and our country. Africa is a beautiful country. They have cars, they have water, they have houses, skyscrapers. And I'm like, there's no way you want to tell me that the propaganda, the whatever, all these years is a lie. This cannot be. No.
iShowSpeed made it to Kenya, the capital of Africa. Kenya. iShowSpeed received a presidential welcoming.
Jambo iShowSpeed. Welcome to Kenya.
What's happening? This is not the presidential welcoming I'm talking about. This is the presidential welcoming I'm talking about.
Who is Rudo?
Look how many people showed up for iShowSpeed. The energy in Kenya is fire. People in Kenya got iShowSpeed on a helicopter. iShowSpeed was flying over Kenya. Look how beautiful Kenya is. Look how beautiful this stadium is. This looks unreal, like it was made by AI. It literally got a symbol that you see on the Kenyan flag, masterpiece. Speaking of masterpiece, what is this bus? Is this a regular bus that anybody can take? This is not a club, this is a bus. Kenya got the vibe right. If I'm gonna ride a bus, might as well throw a party in there. The people in Kenya taught iShowSpeed how to make fufu. iShowSpeed is making fufu. I believe it's called ugali in Kenya, ugali. They got the boy This is as African as it gets.
Who is Rudo?
I still cannot believe how many people showed up. That's a lot of people. I know that face. That's Tingy Tingy. What is Tingy Tingy doing in Kenya? I know for a fact that Tingy Tingy is not from Kenya. I know that. He's from Uganda. Did he fly to Kenya just to see iShowSpeed? I love Tete. Who doesn't love Tete, okay?
Who is Rudo?
Can we talk about this meat? Because I'm trying to understand what is it. What type of meat is this? What is the meat? It looks delicious. What is it?
Who is Rudo?
iShowSpeed literally met a giant in Kenya. A giant. The man is 8'2". A literal giant. He's moving in slow motion and everything. Look how big his shoe is. If you get kicked by that, you're gonna end up in a hospital.
Who is Rudo?
Now let me tell you what I love about Kenya the most. I love how people in Kenya take good care of animals.
Who is Rudo?
I had zero doubt about Kenya because I know how Kenya moves. Kenya's been supporting me from day one. I'm pretty sure at least 25% of the people that follow me are from Kenya. I know the energy that you can get from Kenya. I was 100% sure that Kenya was gonna deliver, and Kenya did not disappoint. The energy was correct everywhere. Kenya! Thank you, Kenya.
What did I tell y'all about Kenya? I told y'all that place is different. iShowSpeed just finished streaming 3 hours ago in Kenya, and his stream is breaking all kinds of records. Number one, it's broken records for subscriber growth. So in one stream, he gained over 360,000 new subscribers, a record. He streamed 3 hours ago, finished streaming 3 hours ago. The stream already has 8.4 million views. Million views, making it one of the largest broadcasts in history. Kenyans are different, man. So that's the biggest, the best stream that he's had so far in Africa. Tried to tell y'all, Kenyans are different.
I genuinely believe, bro, at the scale we doing this tour, I don't think nobody else can ever do this.